Hello. In this video, we are going to talk about the third house in astrology. The third house in astrology is related to communication, intellect, relationships with siblings, and short-term travel. It governs daily interactions, early learning, and exchange of ideas, how a person exchanges and interacts with their immediate environment, siblings, neighbors, and colleagues. It also concerns short-term travel, primary education, and everything related to basic learning. It is the house of intellectual curiosity, discussions, and debates, how we process information, how we think, and how we express our thoughts. The third house in traditional astrology. General meaning: communication and intellect. The third house governs how we communicate, think, and learn. It is related to verbal skills, written expression, and mental interactions. Sibling relationships. This house represents relationships with siblings, as well as close family dynamics. Immediate environment. It is associated with the immediate environment, including neighbors, daily commutes, and short trips. Early learning. It covers primary education, early learning experiences, and how we process information. Ruling sign of the third house is Gemini. The third house is traditionally associated with Gemini, a mutable air sign that values communication, intellectual curiosity, and adaptability. Ruling planet of the third house is Mercury. Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini and the third house. Mercury symbolizes intellect, communication, and mental quickness. House 3/House 9 axis. Communication and learning axis. The House 3/House 9 axis deals with the balance between local communication and initial learning, House 3, and higher knowledge, philosophy, and long-distance travel, House 9. Sagittarius and Jupiter. The ninth house is associated with the sign of Sagittarius and Jupiter, symbolizing expansion, wisdom, and beliefs. This axis emphasizes the need to balance practical and theoretical knowledge. House 3 in psychological astrology. Intellectual development. Psychologically, the third house is related to how we develop our intellect and process information. It influences our curiosity, our learning capacity, and our communication habits. Self-expression. This house is also crucial for self-expression and how we convey our thoughts and ideas. Close relationships. Interactions with siblings and the immediate environment play a role in the development of our identity and the way we connect with others. Planets in the third house. Planetary influence. Planets in the third house change the nature of intellectual and communication experiences. Venus in the third house emphasizes harmony in immediate communication and relationships, as well as an appreciation of beauty and learning. Mercury in the third house strengthens communication skills and intellectual curiosity. Saturn in the third house may indicate challenges in self-expression, rigid communication, or fears related to learning. Chiron in the third house suggests wounds related to communication and intellect, with potential for healing through learning to express oneself authentically. House 3 in karmic astrology. Karmic lessons. In karmic astrology, the third house can reveal lessons related to communication, self-expression, and learning. Challenges in this house can indicate past life blocks or habits that need to be overcome. Past relationships. Sibling relationships can have karmic roots, suggesting relationship dynamics that need to be resolved or balanced in this lifetime. Learning and education. Past learning experiences can influence how the individual processes information and communicates in this lifetime. Chiron and karmic planets. Chiron in the third house. Chiron, the wounded healer, in the third house can indicate deep wounds related to communication, intellectual expression, or sibling relationships. Healing comes through learning new ways to communicate and connect with others. Saturn in the third house. Saturn can represent difficult karmic lessons related to thought structure, intellectual responsibilities, and communication. South Node in the third house, past skills and limitations. past experiences, and innate skills and limitations. With the South Node in the third house, you are likely to have an innate ability to communicate, a natural curiosity, and a thirst for learning new things. You have an affinity for relationships with those in your immediate circle, such as siblings, neighbors, and coworkers. A possible tendency is to remain at a superficial level in your interactions and learning, thus avoiding experiences that push you out of your comfort zone. There may be a tendency for mental distraction and distraction. North Node in the third house, life lessons and growth goals. With the North Node in the third house, life lessons often focus on improving communication. You are encouraged to develop skills in verbal and written expression, learn to listen actively, and share your ideas effectively. It is important to cultivate an intellectual curiosity and a desire to learn. Relationships with siblings, neighbors, and close colleagues play a crucial role. Learning to navigate these relationships with open and honest communication is key to your personal growth. Third house wound. A wound in the third house can manifest as difficulty communicating, expressing one's thoughts, or being understood by others. This can include speech problems, shyness or fear of public speaking, ongoing tensions or conflicts with siblings, fears of traveling, or difficulties in initial learning. In karmic astrology, a wound in the third house can indicate blockages from past lives, such as restrictions in self-expression, vows of silence, or unresolved intellectual conflicts, difficult dynamics with siblings. Psychologically, a wound in the third house can manifest as low intellectual self-esteem, fears of not being smart or competent enough, and difficulty expressing oneself clearly. Fears related to communication, social interactions, and learning, tensions with siblings, and a family environment that is not conducive to communication can exacerbate these wounds. Conclusion. The third house is crucial for understanding communication, learning, and close relationships. Wounds in this house can profoundly influence how a person expresses themselves, learns, and connects with their immediate environment. By examining the traditional, karmic, and psychological aspects of the third house, one can gain valuable insights into personal challenges and opportunities for growth in these areas. Analyzing this house can reveal profound dynamics and lessons essential for intellectual and relational balance and growth. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like and don't forget to subscribe for more future content.